Hi y'all, welcome back to my shop. Sometimes we have projects that are not necessarily art. My chapter president is supporting a program called ProjectHealingWaters.org, and I'll have that in the description as well, which supports, it's a national organization that teaches disabled and non-disabled veterans to fly, fish, tie flies, and build rods. And one of the things he asked for was some help for making some handles for some wading sticks. So I said, okay, I can do that. So basically, I looked around and I found this old set of lopping shears that were beyond repair. So I simply just took them over to the chop saw and cut off the non-working loppers I'm going to throw away. I figured these prepared handles out of looks like ash will do very well for making at least 4 different handles. Let's get started. Okay, I thought we'd turn one of these multi-axis, so I'm going to do what we always tell the demonstrator during the club. Put it on the tool rest, put it on the tool rest so we can see it. So here we are. Here's the length I cut off of the chop saw. It's already round. I just eyeballed what I thought was a center, and then I came out, maybe 3/8 of an inch on each side with an A and a B, and that matches an A and B on this axis parallel. A on one side, B on the other. A. So we're going to turn that between centers first and get it round, and then I'm going to turn it off axis to give it a better grip. So let's get started. Okay, I put this between centers. It's probably not going to run perfectly true, but that's okay. You know, it makes you feel fortunate. You're a wood turner. You can do something nice for somebody in their mission project, even though because a lot of people can't do something as simple as this. So you can see I've got it running fairly true, and I'm just going to round over the top just for aesthetics. I don't have to worry about the damage done by either the drive center or the live center, because frankly it's going to be a screw eye as shown in this picture, big screw eye on the top to put a rope or something, and then we're going to drill a hole on the bottom end. Okay, so now we're going to come off axis on each end. So it's going to be a parallel axis. We're going to get speed up just a little bit, and we're just going to touch it up here. I'm not going to get the very end, I'm just going to get inside the grip area. It doesn't matter. Come in from each side. We're not going to go very deep on this. We're just going to give it just a little bit of shape. And before we leave that, we're going to go ahead and sand it up just a little bit. We're not going to get crazy with sanding because we're going to spray something on here. I'm going to use some rubber spray. So now let's go to the other side. The B axis on both sides. I marked an A and B. A little bit closer. Okay. You can use a small bowl gouge, you can use a spindle gouge, you can use a spindle roughing gouge, it doesn't really much matter. Take light cuts. I'm going to get a little shallow, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I'll just line up here. I just want to get both halves fairly even. And I think I've got it. So it just gives a little different shape in your hand. Now we're going to go ahead and chuck this up on one side. Let me take a break while I put on the spigot jaws that'll hold this so we can drill a hole in it. Okay, I've got this thing, I'm not going to use my spigot jaws. I've got some 35mm jaws that'll grab it. It's not going to grab it too terribly strong. Might mar it just a little bit, but say I'm going to spray this thing. I'm centering it in order to get it straight on this drill bit. And we're going to drill about 3 inches deep, and I probably ought to mark that with a piece of tape. I find that easier than trying to use the index because I wind up sliding this thing in and out and what have you. So 3 inches. 3 inches is right about there. We've cut this about 5 inches. His instructions are make it 4 to 5 inches long and somewhere inch to maybe 1 1/3 inches in diameter. This is actually just a hair bigger than that. We're going to slow the speed down to about 500. So let me back this out just a little bit. And then we're just going to lock tailstock and just slowly drill in. This is very, very dried ash. I think it'll make a nice firm handle. Now we'll get a little squealing. We'll go ahead and keeping our hand on the Jacob's chuck as we pull it out. When it starts squealing, we'll take it out again. And our last time. So now we got to drill 3 inches. I think I'll hit it lick with sandpaper. Not going to get crazy about it. Just knock off, smooth the edges just a little bit. I'm just going to hit this whole edge just a little bit. Okay, so there's one handle done. They're going to put this fiberglass pole that they've picked up. I forgot. I think it was used in fencing or something. They're going to put some 3/8 inch fiberglass pole in here and a screw eye here, and there we'll have it. So when they're waiting, it gives them a little more support with this handle in one hand and the fly rod in the other. With those two handles, I'm going to make 6 of these. So I figured get in production mode. The fastest way to do that is just go ahead and leave the chuck on there, drill the holes on all of them, and then go to the next step. So that'll speed things up a little bit, and it only takes a few minutes. And just for a variation, where I got a few jaw marks, I thought I would just turn a little bead there. So where those marks are, I drew a line. I just come in here with a V scraper right there, and then I'll come over here and just make a V. And then I'll just kind of clean that up just a little bit with a spindle gouge, just round it over. Heck, I might as well make I think I'll make a bead down, a little bead on this end. And there's another one done. Here's the 6 completed handles. I made each one a little bit different, just to keep from getting too bored, because this is a pretty relatively easy project. But it just shows you how you can help other people out with your wood turning. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hope to see you next week. Y'all stay safe here.